everyone, welcome back to the channel, and it's hard to believe, but we're about 8 days away from May the 4th. Once again, it's crazy. Time has flown. It feels like it was just May the 4th, 2024, just a few weeks ago, but here we are, May the 4th, 2025, 8 days away. We got some merch to talk about. We're going to get right into this. The big news is we're getting several new legacy lightsabers, which is super cool. I was a little concerned this year was going to be a little light on the merchandise. I wasn't sure we were going to get, or well, I guess what I'm saying is I guess I wasn't expecting like new lightsabers, is because the previous several years of box sets that we do seem to get on May the 4th have been like kind of repackaging or re-releases of ones we've had in the past. Like Darth Maul was last year. We had the Cal Kestis a few years ago. The Luke and the Leia set. So the May the 4th box sets, they're cool. I love the boxes with the music and everything that come with them, but they haven't really done anything really groundbreaking with those. But surprisingly, this year we are getting two brand new legacy lightsabers in this year's May the 4th exclusive release. So I'm going to put up a bunch of pictures on the screen as we go out through this video. So just so you know, you can something to reference as we're talking about things. But we are going to get the Baylan Skoll and the Shin Hati legacy lightsaber set on May the 4th. It's going to be available on Shop Disney Store, whatever you want to call it. I still call it Shop Disney even though they changed the name. But it will be available at both East and West Batuu. I will be going to Galaxy's Edge on May the 4th to try to gather as much loot as I possibly can, smuggle as much loot as I can out of Galaxy's Edge, because there's a lot of cool stuff coming out this year. But very cool, we're getting an Ahsoka series set, Baylan Skoll, Shin Hati, probably two of the best sabers they could have chose to come out with a box set for. But my only concern, looking at these pictures, because Disney posted like a little Facebook reel or Instagram reel or whatever, revealing this lightsaber a few weeks ago. But if you take a close look, this is not a hard wooden box set like we typically get with these lightsaber sets for May the 4th. Looks like it's a paper magnet box. It's themed, themed for the Ahsoka series. But I doubt it's going to play any music or anything like that. So it's going to be a little lower quality of a limited edition set, kind of like the Yoda box or the Darksaber sets when they first came out. They had like the cardboard paper box that got like the magnet clothes on them. I should have had one here just for reference, but that looks like what this set's going to be, which is kind of disappointing because they're not very sturdy and they're easily to damage. So for collectors like myself, you're really going to have to take care of this thing being the paper cardboard box and not the hardwood one. But it still is going to be limited edition of 4,000. They're probably going to sell out extremely fast online. So unfortunately, if you're not local or plan on going to East or West Batuu for Star Wars Day next week, resale market's going to be your only option on this one. I'm gonna be cutting the rope on Hollywood Studios next week to make sure I get my hands on one of these sets. But taking a look at this other picture, this is a screenshot that I grabbed from the Facebook or the Instagram reel that Disney released, and I paused it right here on this clip. Notice on the blade it says Baylan Skoll and Shin Hati. So I think this set is coming with blades as well. More than likely, the classic lightsaber chassis doesn't recognize the orange blade. It doesn't have that technology in it, the classic blades. So they have to come with their own blade probably, so they light up orange like they do in the series, because the classic legacy lightsaber blades are not programmed to do orange. So it looks like these sets are going to come with at least one blade. I'm assuming two. I mean, it could just be one since it has Baylan and Shin on the name of the blade, but it could just be there just so you know that this blade is specifically for these lightsabers. Which also raises another question: will these blades work in the other lightsabers? Or will it just be have a different connector so it only works in the Baylan and the Shin? Because technically, if it works in all of them and this blade is programmed to only be orange, you could make any lightsaber orange. So I'm curious to see if that's going to work out. So when we get our hands on this set and I do my in-depth review, we're definitely going to be trying that out and see if it is the similar or different blade system, so we can swap the blades around. Very curious, very cool set. I can't wait. I'm glad they're doing this. So we're going to move on. Our second lightsaber that we're getting, which is actually was pre-released for a few select nights out in Disneyland for their Star Wars night, which I'm extremely salty about, that they West Batuu gets all these Star Wars events. We used to have Star Wars weekends here, which I loved and went to all the time. So I still feel like we're getting the short end of the stick here on East Batuu with Star Wars events. But for their Star Wars night, they did a pre-release of Master Soul's from the Acolyte series. Legacy lightsaber is going to be released on May the 4th as well. So if you were lucky enough to go to the events there out in Disneyland, you could have grabbed that early. But it is confirmed that it will be coming out on May the 4th as well. I wasn't a big fan of the Acolyte series. We're not going to get into that. I did enjoy some of it. Didn't enjoy a lot of it, but I did really like Master Soul's character. I believe he was one of the best characters in the show, so it is really cool that we are getting this series. I would have liked to have seen the Stranger's lightsaber as well. I'm assuming that's coming because those are literally the two main lightsabers in the whole series, that are the two popular characters from the whole series, Master Soul and the Stranger. So I'm assuming that's going to be coming down the line now that we got Master Soul. But very cool that we're getting this. It is such an awesome looking lightsaber. I can't wait to see all these lightsabers in hand, but Master Soul's is a really cool lightsaber with the burnt end, so I can't wait to do a deep dive review on that one as well. A third lightsaber, well, technically fourth, but it's already a release, but they have confirmed that the Ren, we already did a review on this in the limited edition set, the Ren lightsaber set is coming available in the non-limited edition set, which is kind of odd. Only for the fact that the limited edition sets are still available, at least on East Batuu, they're still available. So typically in the past, they don't normally selling, the loose lightsaber by itself until the limited edition sets have sold out, because they want to clear out that inventory before releasing, the little cheaper version non-box set. But it's been a slow seller. We knew that was going to be a slow seller because it's an unknown character. It's an awesome looking lightsaber, but it's an unknown character, and they're probably struggling to get rid of those box sets. Obviously, we're months. That was November of last year that release, so we're 6+ months past the release date, and they still have them available. So that's showing you there's not a lot of interest in this lightsaber. So maybe they're going to release them at the same time. You can choose from the limited set or the non. Don't know. We'll have to just see how that goes on May the 4th, see if they're available in just a limited lightsaber as well. Okay, I have my phone here. It's got a bunch of pictures, so I make sure I go through everything that I wanted to talk about today. The only thing, it looks like we are going to get Disney World and East Batuu, which is mainly what I'm talking about here because I'm not going to West Batuu. I'm on the East Coast. So if you're on the West Coast, you've already got all this merchandise. They released a ton of collectible stuff. I'm a big collector of, obviously I like helmets and lightsabers and all kind of stuff, but I like collecting the Star Wars popcorn buckets and stuff they released over the years. But West Batuu, once again, for their Star Wars Nights events and Season of the Force, all this stuff has already been released. So West people already have it, and if you ended up buying stuff offline, kind of like I did, I bought the Tauntaun bucket a few weeks ago. But we're finally getting a lot of this here on East Batuu, and I'm glad I bought this guy, the little Tauntaun popcorn bucket, because we are not getting the Tauntaun bucket here in Disney World in East Batuu. This is going to be a Season of the Force exclusive for Disneyland, which I figured because last year they released a Jabba the Hutt popcorn bucket, which I have out on one of my other shelves that was only available in Disneyland as well. So I figured the Tauntaun's going to be the exclusive one for Disneyland this year. So I went ahead and hooked myself up one of those. I paid a little too much for it, off of the resale market, but what are you going to do when you need it for your collection and you're not traveling to California? So, but we're not getting the Tauntaun bucket. He is really cool. We'll play around with him a little bit later. But we're finally getting the Death Star popcorn bucket, which is really cool. I was so jealous of when they announced that they're releasing this in West Batuu. I had a feeling it was going to come here from May the 4th, and it is. It's confirmed that it's coming here from May the 4th, so I'm going to have to fight somebody to get my hands on one of these, because honestly, I need clones of myself. I'll take some clone trooper helmets, and I need like 10 of Pendaflows, because I'm going to need to be in so many different lines at the same time to try to procure all this stuff. But it's awesome. I've seen videos of it. It's an awesome popcorn bucket, so I can't wait to get my hands on with it and check it all out. We're gonna have to do like a post May the 4th merch haul video just to go over all this crap that we picked up. But we are getting, last year they had a salvaged Stormtrooper helmet bucket. We are getting the 501st Legion popcorn bucket. You know, this has already been released, like I said, at Disneyland. We are getting that here as well. Awesome, love it. We're getting a Jawa sipper, which is a talks and makes a bunch of noise. They've released a video of that, earlier this week. So I'm going to try to pick up one of those. That it kind of goes along with the Tauntaun. Tauntaun makes a bunch of noise and stuff, and the Jawa has all kind of sounds and everything it does as well. And we are getting a coaxium sipper. Now, from what I saw, these sold out super fast on the West Coast. I'm not sure if they're back in stock. I mean, I just saw that people were saying they sold out within a couple hours when they released them. So I don't know if they got them back in stock, but this is going to be available at the milk stand. I'm going to try to get one. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, I'm going to need to be in all these lines at the same time. It's going to be crazy, but I'm going to try to pick up a coaxium sipper as well. They have the lightsaber swizzle sticks. They have the Jedi one, or the Anakin Skywalker, or the Luke Anakin, whichever we're going to call it, and the Darth Vader one. I'm going to try to pick up both of those. They look really cool, just literally mini version of lightsabers. Saw some videos of people with them. They look super cool. Just kind of a little collector piece, but they're neat. And we are confirmed getting the Mythosaur Skull mug at Oga's Cantina. I tried to get once this was about 3 or 4 days ago, Disney released this blog post of all this stuff for May the 4th. But I tried to, which I should already known, I tried to book Oga's reservation for May the 4th. Obviously, there's none. But I went ahead and made a reservation for Monday, May the 5th, Revenge of the 5th. So I'm going to be able to go ahead and, if they still have them, I'm assuming they're going to, hopefully they still have them. They don't sell out on that day, which they might, and if they do, but I will be trying to get on that on Revenge of the 5th, a Mythosaur mug from Oga's Cantina, and maybe if I don't have time to get in all these lines, try to pick up some of the other miscellaneous things that I wasn't able to procure on May the 4th. It's going to be crazy. It's always crazy every year, and there's just so much going on, so many people, there's so much merch, and literally everything's a line to try to get all this stuff. So we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping there's some surprises in there as well. For collectibles, it is. Maybe not so much popcorn buckets and sippers and all that stuff. That stuff's fun, but like, we're here for the good stuff, right? Last year, surprise release, unannounced, Kyber crystals and holocrons version 2 and Kyber crystals version 2 released unannounced on May the 4th. Huge, massive, huge release with a whole new set of crystals, all new rare ones, all new voice lines. It was insane. I remember walking onto Doc Ondar's last year, going for the Darth Maul set and losing my mind, seeing Series 2 holocrons in there and a whole new set of crystals. So like, oh my god, I'm just like literally buying everything that I possibly can because Doc Ondar's is so small. And there it is, and then on Star Wars Day, it's twice as bad. So maybe there's going to be a surprise release. Last year was the surprise of the holocrons and the crystals. The year before was a surprise release on the Wayfinders, which was unannounced. So they always like to sneak in some unannounced little merchandise in there, which they also had the little Doc Ondar mystery sets, if you remember those. They had a Series 1 and a Series 2. Both were surprise releases last year. They released Series 2 last year unannounced. So I'm hoping Doc Ondar's got a little trick up his sleeve for some surprise merchandise as well, along with the really cool lightsabers that we're getting. It's been a pretty long video. If you've made it this far, I appreciate you listening to me ramble. I'm looking at my pictures. I think we've gone over everything that it's confirmed that it actually matters. You know, decent merchandise that I collect. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I need, like I said, I need clones of myself so I can get in several lines at once to try to procure all this stuff. But it's going to be fun. I love Star Wars Day. It's always so much fun, but it is chaotic. If you've never been to Galaxy's Edge on Star Wars Day, it is controlled chaos. Literally, it's that crazy. But it is fun just to be surrounded by so many Star Wars fans in one place. Literally at Galaxy's Edge. It doesn't get any better than that. So I can't wait. Hopefully I can bring as much of it to you as possible with merch and everything else. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the likes, the comments, and the subscriptions. Let me know if you're going to try to pick up any of this May the 4th merchandise that's coming our way literally next week. So this has been the Pendaflow May the 4th perspective. Kind of creepy, but cool at the same time.